I'm sure by now most of you would have seen Fynn Jamal's recent comments on rape. According to her, cute face filters, selfies are all contributing factors to rape.
Benda-benda yang kita buat seharian itu contribute kepada rape.
So she gave this example with two different situations where a woman is raped. Situation 1, Kak Ton duduk rumah jaga anak masak nasi ayam. Tiba-tiba rumah kena pecah, perompak rogol Kak Ton. Situation 2, Linda baru habis study group, masa nak balik Farid hantar kad. On the way, Farid rogol Linda. She says, dua-dua mangsa, dua-dua kesian, tapi siapa yang akan kita lebih empati? And then Fynn says, kenapa Kak Ton? Sebab dia tak buat apa-apa pun. Dia duduk molek dalam rumah, jaga diri, minding her business. According to Fynn, kalau interview Linda lepas rape tu, ask her if there's anything she wishes to change untuk elakkan benda ni jadi, Linda akan list down benda ni semua. Kalaulah aku jaga diri, kalaulah aku tak pergi study group, kalaulah aku tak setuju Farid hantar aku balik rumah. So many kalau. Yeah, Fynn, you're right. Yes, sick people in the world would try to convince Linda that she doesn't deserve the same level of empathy or care because she went to a study group. But that's not true. Linda can't stop or control or influence a horrible person's violent actions. Rape can happen to anyone at any time, anywhere. Yes, men can be raped too. A simple Google search will tell you that people across races, religions, sexual identities and economic classes can and have been victims of sexual violence. So takkanlah we want to continue living in a world where we are forced to be in a constant state of fear and distrust. We can't blame the victims and say rape isn't solely the fault of the perpetrator. And on top of that, a lot of sexual violence cases go unreported because victims are often made to feel like no one would believe them. Which is why it's extremely important for us to respond in a way that is supportive and helpful if someone ever confides in us about being sexually assaulted or raped. Here are some things to keep in mind. Number 1, don't panic or pile your emotions and reactions on the survivor. It takes a lot of courage and strength for a survivor to speak up or even admit or believe that they were raped or sexually assaulted. It's important that you pay attention to them and not deviate from their experiences, by bursting into tears, looking shocked or getting really angry and start talking about how you feel. This isn't about you, this is about the survivor. Number 2, don't push for details. Asking too many questions or prodding for details can make the survivor uncomfortable or even make them feel like they no longer want to share it with you. In most cases, the best thing you can do at the start is to lend a judgment-free, patient, listening ear. Number 3, don't force them to report it or make a report without their consent. Hear me out, not all survivors intend to report the assault when they share it with you. And please don't tell them that the perpetrator would do it to someone else if they don't report it right away. That wouldn't help them at all because they know they would have thought about it. Just understand that people don't make reports for various reasons. Respect that. But if the incident had just happened and they come to you and tell you that they want to report it, take them to the emergency department at the nearest hospital to get a rape kit done. Don't shower, don't wash, don't change into different clothes. Just go right away. The people at the hospital can also help the survivor make a police report from there. Number 4, share details on resources and rape crisis centers. While you can be a supportive friend throughout it all, it's still best if the survivor reaches out to people who are professionally trained to assist sexual violence victims. These centers are often well equipped with counselors and legal advice if the survivor wants to report it later. In conclusion, we need to stop making excuses and justifying sexual violence. Laws and regulations must be implemented accordingly and there needs to be better policies in place. But it's also really important to shed the victim-blaming culture so that the cycle can be broken. Rape apologists often like to talk about sexual desires, porn consumption, choice of attire, lifestyle, but sexual violence has nothing to do with all of that. Rape is about control, power and dominance. That's sexual violence. I want us to remember that. Please, let's do better.